Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane back again for their stock pick of the day video. It is April 1st, first day of a new month. Can't believe we're already in April. Today we're going to take a look at Pool Corp, and it's right in the name. They do everything around pools, provide materials and service and labor around pools. They're out of the industrial sector. Let's jump right in. And for those of you who may be stopping by for the first time, or if you just want to help out the channel and you have not done so already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button down below. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the Vested Interest community. Hit the notification bell so you're notified whenever we put out any new content. And drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this video. Is pool in your portfolio? Is it one you're watching? Is it one you're avoiding altogether? Is it one you're selling if it's already in your portfolio? Love to hear from you. Now, this is the Vested Interest Stock Screener. This is how I set up the videos. It's also how I take a look at a company on a high level to see if I'm interested. And just because it meets 5 of 8 or 6 of 9, if it's a financial company, does not necessarily mean I'm investing. It just means it goes into my possible pile, and then I do more of a deep dive onto it. So you can use this screener, just don't blindly copy it and think that this is how I am making my investment decisions. There's more that goes into it. This is just a screener. Gives me a high level interest or non-interest. It's also a way I check out a company that's already in my portfolio and make sure it still meets my investing criteria on a high level. Let's keep going here. Now on to Pool Corp. If you want to know more about this company, check them out at www.poolcorp.com. That's www.poolcorp.com. That is their homepage where I pulled this information from. This company was incorporated in the state of Delaware in 1993 as SCP Holding. In 1995, the company changed its name to SCP Pool Corporation, and May 16, 2006, it became what it's known as today, Pool Corporation. POOL Corp, right? Pool Corp headquarters are based in the New Orleans suburb of Covington, Louisiana. Now, today, Pool Corp has sales in centers in Australia, Belgium, Canada, Croatia, France, Germany, Italy, Mexico, Portugal, Puerto Rico, Spain, United Kingdom, and the United States. So as you can see over here on the right in the map, all of the North Americas here from Mexico up, Europe, Australia. So it does have their footprint across the globe, not in every country, but quite a few. So when one area may be experiencing some slowdowns, other areas may be picking up. So I like that there's some diversification there. And again, what they really focus on is anything around pools. They're providing the products, the pool itself, all of the materials you might buy to service your pool, the service for the pool, installation, you name it. They're a one-stop shop. You know, the toys that you get. I have a pool that my family recently put in our backyard, and I know that the money never keeps going out or never stops going out. To service the pool, you have filters, you have toys, you have ours is a salt pool, so we have to buy salt. If it's not a salt pool, you have the chlorine that you have to constantly get. There's always something around the pool. Opening and closing the pool every year, we have someone come and do that. So we have the service associated with the pool, all the toys that my kids like to pay, the floating toys, the volleyball nets, basketball nets, you name it. There's a lot of money going out around pools. It is not just a buy a pool, put it in, and then you walk away and forget it. You're always spending money on it. It's one of the downsides to owning a pool. It is what it is. I lost the battle between my wife and my 2 daughters on whether or not we have a pool. And we live on a lake, so I thought it was really a waste. I like the lake. They like the pool. Just the way it is. Not a hill I was going to die on, but let's get back to Pool Corp here. Now, the reason we're taking a look at them, down 0.55% on the day. Not a huge drop, but this is one I've been wanting to cover. It is on my watch list, not at these prices, but it is on my watch list. We are talking about Pool Corporation, ticker POOL, again, out of the industrial sector. Closed out the day at $401.30. Looks like it's down a little bit more in the after hours here, at least whenever I pulled this up. 52-week range as low as $307.77, as high as $422.73. So it is still closer to its 52-week high than its 52-week low. I would love it if it ran right back down to its 52-week low. I'd be much more interested around the 320 or lower range. That's kind of what I'm looking for. We'll see if it makes it there. You can see the market cap of $15.4 billion, beta of 1.01. So it is more, and you can see that volatility today. It is more volatile than the overall market, just ever so slightly. Price to earnings, in my opinion, is elevated at $30.04 per share. I'd love this back into the 20s or even high teens. Earnings per share, EPS, sitting at $13.36 per share. Earnings date coming up here April 18th through the 22nd. A lot of people getting ready to open up their pools, so you're going to have probably an increase here in sales. Or again, people buying the salt if you have a saltwater pool, chlorine if you're buying a chlorine pool, plus all the service to open them up. Forward dividend is $4.40 paid out on the year with a low starting dividend yield of 1.09%. Obviously, if it was to cruise back down, unless they decrease the dividend, if it would cruise back down into the low 300s, that dividend yield would increase. I would be much happier around the 1.8, 1.6 range. Ex-dividend date, March 13th, so that passed last month. Looks like they paid out on the 28th, so that was last week. One-year target estimate of $393.40. So it's actually currently sitting higher than their one-year estimate. That means they are potentially seeing this one to continue to drop down. Now let's take a look at dividend yield theory to see if this one is potentially undervalued. To do that, we took a look at the 5-year dividend yield average of 0.91. We compare it to its current 1.09 or forward 1.09. And according to dividend yield theory, right now this one is potentially undervalued. Now, again, I am not looking at getting in this one at these prices. I need it to pull back significantly before I'd be interested, but at least according to dividend yield theory, it is potentially undervalued. Very low payout ratio, 32.21%. So a lot of room to increase that dividend. That dividend is definitely safe. We're going to take a look at the free cash flow here. We want, as growing dividend investors, at least I do, I want growing free cash flow because companies do several things out of free cash flow. They pay down debt. They reinvest back in the company. They can make acquisitions, which in this case would be buying out other service providers or pool installers or companies that are involved around in pool, right? They could buy those out and increase their footprint around the world. They could pay down debt, repurchase shares, or the last one, increase dividends, right? And that's what we want. So that's why I like to look at the payout ratio, make sure the dividend is safe, and see if they have enough room to increase those dividends. In our case, we're going to take a look at free cash flow because we want growing free cash flow to pay those dividends and to increase them. So we went back to 2020. You can see here $375 million in free cash flow. 2021, bit of a drop to 275. 2022, back to growth, 441. And 2023, big jump up, 828 million here. Now, you can also see on the line above, repurchase of capital stock. So they are repurchasing their shares consistently, and you can see, though it looks like there might have been a drop from 2020 to 2021 in free cash flow, they also increased, about doubled their repurchase of shares. So that can account for that decrease in free cash flow there. And then not only did they increase free cash flow in 2022 and 2023, they also increased the rate at which they're buying back their shares. So I like companies that are buying back their shares. It makes you more of a shareholder, even if you do not buy more shares of that company. Taking shares out of the market is always a good thing. Now we're going to jump over to stockanalysis.com. The previous page was Yahoo Finance, if I didn't mention that. And you should always look at more than one source for information to make sure the information you're getting is accurate and up to date. These are just two sources that I like. You pick any sources that you want. Just don't blindly rely on one source. You could be getting information that may be outdated or incorrect. Now, they have 6 analysts that have taken a look at this. They call it a consensus hold. I would tend to agree with that. It's either a hold. In my opinion, it may even be a sell at the ranges it's currently at, right? I don't necessarily think that they have enough growth unless everyone's going to be going out and buying pools to sustain 30% price to earnings ratio. That's pretty high. They have a low estimate of $315, and again, I like them under 320 or right around 320 or lower, so I'd love for them to pull back here in the 315 range. That would be a 21.5% decrease from where it currently sits. They have an average estimate of $385.17. That would be a 4.02%. That's pretty close to what we saw with Yahoo Finance as far as a one-year estimate. And they have a high estimate of $436. That would be a 8.65% gain from where it currently sits. All the while, you can collect that, small dividend yield that they do have. Now, return on equity, I like 10% or better. The return on equity on this one is sitting at 38.4%, very high. Return on invested capital, same thing, 10% or better is what I'm looking for, 21.2%, very high. Now, I am a little disappointed they did not list out estimated EPS, earnings per share growth, or estimated revenue growth over the next 5 years, so I'll have to do a little bit more digging on that, but I was a little disappointed they didn't list that out. Let's jump over and take a look at their dividend. They are a quarterly payer, so they pay out on the March, May, August, November time frame. A lot of companies pay out on that time frame. They have a low payout ratio, as we saw before, 32.96. I think Yahoo Finance had it at 31, close enough. I mean, under 75% is what I'm looking for. So anything under 50% is extremely low, in my opinion. Gives them lots of room to increase that dividend, pay down debt, make acquisitions, all the things you can do with free cash flow. Dividend growth, nice double-digit 10% dividend growth, 13 years of dividend growth, buyback yield to 2%, shareholder yield to 3.13%. Very good numbers overall. Now, as you can see, we went back to 2021. They were paying August 11th, 2021, they were paying 80 cents. They raised that up to May 13th in 2022 to $1, and then May 16th, 2023 up to $1.10. And I'm assuming if they maintain this dividend growth here in May 2024, they're going to increase that dividend again. Should be by 10 cents. So that'll be right around another 11 cent raise. So that would be 121-ish right in there. So very good numbers overall. That is Pool Corp. That's it for this one. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. I know it is rather expensive per share, but it is one that I like. It is on my watch list. If it was to run down, towards the 320 or lower range, might be one I'd be interested in jumping in. As always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the vested interest community. Hopefully, you have started your own investing journey as well. And if not, let me know why not. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions, opinions, or suggestions for future topics. So if you have a company like Pool Corp you'd like me to do a stock pick of the day video on, go ahead and drop it down below, and I'll try to work it into the rotation. Just a little note, I do not do tobacco stocks. I do not do non-dividend stocks. So keep it to a dividend stock, please, if you would. This is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion and investing journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk and money to never invest any amount of comfort losing. Always do your own research. Invest based on your situation, circumstances, and select criteria, or seek the advice counsel of a certified financial advisor.